Joining us now is Meghann Cuniff, a legal affairs reporter who's been following the case every step of the way. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
We really appreciate it. Thanks, Meghann. Now, we just saw the reaction from the courtroom when he leapt into the arms of his girlfriend, Rihanna. There was lots of emotion there. Meghann, was this the outcome, though, that you expected from this trial?
You know, no. I mean, just judging by the evidence and just looking at the jury and just looking at how deliberations went, generally when people are covering trials, like a fast turnaround like that could mean a guilty verdict, and not guilty verdicts can take longer. But Rocky had a lot of supporters that really thought there could be a fast not guilty verdict here. And there's also just another dynamic at play in here that you sometimes don't consider, and it had to do with the victim. And a juror actually mentioned the chain of evidence, and that some jurors had concerns about the chain of evidence, which I believe was a pretty clear reference to the fact that the victim had recovered the shell casings at the shooting scene himself. So I think those problems that were identified might have led to this. So I think a lot of people were not surprised by this.
And since some were not, or I guess you say were surprised, because you said you were surprised at this, anything else from jurors that we're hearing now that the case is over that's interesting?
I've seen one interview with a juror where she said that the majority were ready to acquit right away. She was one of the 3 people, it sounded like she identified, who had a lot of questions, and she said it took a lot of convincing for them. But she did say that everyone believed a crime was committed and that most did not believe that the gun was fake. So according to prosecutors, they should have convicted, but the jurors said that the actual evidence of the gun crimes just wasn't there, and that according to the jury instructions that they followed, they really did not feel like they could convict. And that, I think a lot of criminal defense attorneys would say, that is the definition of a reasonable doubt.
Yeah, right. I know A$AP Rocky's had a really busy year. Not only is he scheduled to headline the Rolling Loud Music Festival, he's a celebrity co-chair of the Met Gala, and he has a new movie coming out with Denzel Washington. Is all of this behind him now, or do you see more fallout potentially from this case as he moves forward?
I think it's behind him. I don't think he's going to have any fallout from this. There are lawsuits. Relly does have a defamation and a lawsuit over the shooting that I think it still remains to be seen what exactly happens with that. Obviously, an acquittal for him is not good for Relly's stakes in the lawsuit, but that could remain to be seen here. But overall, Rocky's a free man, and he doesn't have anything to worry about here. I mean, those are just lawsuits.
All right, Meghann Cuniff, legal affairs journalist, thanks for joining us on the show. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next.